Welcome back, I'm Ryan from Blue Water Gaming, and in this video we are taking a look at a wonderful little game called A Story About My Uncle. And I've got to say, this is one of the best of these short indie games that I've played in a very long time. Now, what am I talking about when I say short little indie games? Well, these pop up every once in a while. The recent release of Inside is one of them. Another one would be Limbo. The pretty much just games kind of like this. They're short, usually less than 5 hours, and they're released on a almost exclusively digital release, and they're always by these smaller companies. And this is pretty much the best one that I've played ever. I love the platforming in this, and I normally hate platformers, so that means that this one's really, really good. I would actually love to see like a full big giant release of this kind of just gameplay, and it's more than just the gameplay that's really good. This is one of the better stories that I've played through in a game actually almost all of this year. This game is at least going to be mentioned, if not on my list for best games of 2016. That's really how good it is. It's actually kind of like a movie, and its length is also like a movie. The narrative of this is you're going to find your uncle because he has gone missing and nobody's seen him for a few days, and you go to this other world where things are different, and you go and search for your uncle. And I'm not going to spoil much of the story for you. If you want to get spoiled, or if you don't want to buy the game because it is a little pricey, but I'll get to that here in a second. But yes, if you do want to get spoiled, here in a few days I will have a full playthrough on my on the channel. It'll go up. It took me about an hour to get through it the second time. The first time it took me 2 hours, and that's with all the failures, all the times that I messed up doing some of the jumps and whatnot. So it's not a very long game. And going on to the price, it's $13, which 2 hours of gameplay for $13. It's not exactly the best money for time ratio, but I would say that this is like a movie, and you normally pay more for that, well, more than $13 for a movie ticket, so it's definitely worth it at that, or it can be worth it at that. If you pick it up during a sale, it's normally below $5 when it's on sale, so definitely pick it up then. And if you pick it up at one of the large Steam sales, like during the summer sale that they just had, it was all the way down to $3, and so there's really no reason not to pick it up then. And then, just like I did in my last video review, I'm going to talk about music, because I just like this kind of calming music that it has in the background. I'm not playing it like I did in the last review, because I can't find a way to get a free legal copy of the soundtrack. But if I did, then it would be in here. It's just really great calming music, and I would play it without playing the game. I would have the music just going on. So I might as well get into the gameplay now. You're seeing it in the background. You just point at something and you get kind of this tether to it, and it pulls you towards whatever you're pointing it at, and you can shoot it up to 3 times before landing on the ground. and that is how you just jump around these puzzles, is you have to grapple onto the correct things so that you don't fall and die. Although you don't have to worry about falling onto anything concrete, because the suit that you wear in the game can absorb all of that. So there is no fall damage, but if you fall out of the map, you will die. Then later on in the game, at about the third of the way through mark, you actually get a rocket boots, and these rocket boots let you do a pretty much rocket jump that pushes you forward at a pretty high rate of speed at a pretty far distance. And once you get those, after that, almost all, I would say a good 75% of the jumps involve that. So everything that you have at your disposal will be used. And if you actually want to do speed running, this is actually a pretty good game to get into speed running, because this is one of the most consistent games that I've actually played in a while. And another reason why I say that this is a pretty good game to start out with speedrunning is because it doesn't rely on glitches. The speedruns in this game take about 30 minutes, and it's all down to being able to do all the jumps correctly and movement optimization. You don't have to try to get these glitches that only work some amount of the time. So really good to start out with that. Yeah, I would pretty much just recommend this game to anybody. There's no real reason not to pick it up. The price might put some people off. Just wait for it to go on sale, then play it. If you don't like platformers, this is still a really good game. The saves that it puts you back to once you die, they're really, really forgiving. So you won't get frustrated all that often with failing the jumps. And once you fail a jump so many times, I think it's 5 or so, then it will actually just put you past the jump. There's only one real spot that's actually really difficult, and that is a room of boxes. You're actually going to be seeing that room here in a minute. On the way to one end of the room, everything's fine like normal, but on the way back from the room, it's actually all the boxes start falling, and that area can actually be a bit frustrating the first time through it, but you get used to it. And like I said earlier, all of my I'm going to have a full playthrough. It's only an hour long. It's a single video, and it's going to be up on my channel after a few days. So stay tuned for that, and remember, as always, I'm Ryan from Blue Gaming, and I'll see you guys in the next one.